Eden, as we're now well into 2025, I'm looking for one in and one out. What's made your list? What's in for 2025 and what's out for 2025?
Oh, like what's in okay, like keep it, throw it
Yep.
out.
Correct. Yeah.
Okay. In wait, I'll start with the out.
Okay.
Out chronic illness.
Sure. I still hear a little bit of the residue. Yeah.
Just come on 2025, get it out. Let me expel it. Let me
Right.
expel this, like, oh my God, I already am sick twice a month because of,
Right.
a baby, but babiness, I have two babies. I said a baby with two babies.
Right.
That's out 2025 rambling. In, well, my special, it's going to be the year of my special.
Yes.
We're gonna do special energy. Special is gonna get filmed. It's gonna get distributed. It's gonna get viewed.
Good.
And I don't know, maybe Nicole Kidman's hair for myself.
Oh, good. Yes. Love it.
How about you,
A
man? How
lion's
about you?
mane.
Yes.
I have a couple things. I really, I want ins for, one-on-one. You know what? When you have like friends that establish themselves like within a group setting, I really want to making those also one-on-one relationships, putting forth like effort to not just coexist in a group setting, but also making the intentional effort to also have that one-on-one aspect with them. That's very in for me. Out,
Yeah.
I think I'm going to take this a little, it's a little bit from, what you did with your special. Out is just like kind of waiting around for things to happen. Out, I'm throwing that away. So I guess in the converse, in just attacking. You say you want to do something, then honey, do it. What do you
Ooh.
just do it?
Ooh, I love that.
Think of the thing you cannot do and then do it. I'm taking advice from your fridge magnet.
2025. Okay, my friends and I, my group of friends, we used to have a mantra, like, or like a saying for every single year. I think it was like 2000, like 2011, $0, 0 cents. We were all just, everyone's broke. But like, or like, be free 2012, whatever it was. So
That's good.
think of the thing you cannot do and then do it 2025.
Oh, perfect. I love that. I'm going to start every day with that.
I'm sorry, I just need to say, I love that as an in. I love the personal, what that reminded me of is, like having what you want to do is you want to be a season 5 version of yourself where you have storylines with all the people.
Yes. Oh, I
Individual.
love that.
You're not just the ensemble together. You have an actual storyline with that one person who you're like, ooh, Charlotte and Samantha, they don't have storylines together, just them. What?
Exactly. Okay, I love that. I'm taking that. Season 5, me. We're here.
And of course, also in Brock, recapping 123 Signals with Paul Hipp, aka Reverend Tim Tom.
Paul freaking Hipp. I cannot wait to see him and talk to him. All of
what
that.
a treasure.
What a treasure. All of that and so much more. So let's get to middling. Welcome to Middling with Eden and Brock, where Eden and I break down an episode of The Middle each and every week. Eden, I have a barren background.
Yes, where are I do know where you are, but tell our audience where the hell you are, Brock.
I'm in a Hollywood studio. I'm at CBS Studios. No, but in like kind of all seriousness, this has hit the news last week by the time you're listening to this. LA is kind of burning down a little bit.
LA is on fire. Like I mean, like LA is the world is a little bit of a dumpster fire that we're all trying to save right now. But right now, it literally is.
It's so scary.
It's terrifying.
So the fires, I'm sure whoever's listening to this has seen the news, but the fires are crazy. I emailed Eileen and Deanne. So there's fires popping up everywhere, but the biggest one is in a place called the Pacific Palisades here in Los Angeles, and that's where Eileen and Deanne live. And so I emailed them last night, and I was like, I hope you guys are safe. I hope you're okay. Crossing my fingers. I really hope they're safe. They're safe, thank goodness, and I'm keeping my fingers crossed for them.
I know, me too. We have on a not a lighter note, but like so we're stuck inside because the air quality is so bad.
So bad.
we can't like we've been masking. In fact, I have my mask off to record right now, and I think I'm like okay, but we've literally been masking inside because
Yeah.
our windows are so bad, and obviously we've just been masking outside because it's so impossible to breathe. But so we don't want to, our kids don't want to put on masks, so our kids have been inside
Right.
all day.
Cooped up.
Oh boy, are they going nutso. We are like I've pulled out all the stops. I took out the Play-Doh that we never take out. I brought out some emergency puzzles that I was saving for some random gift.
And they love a puzzle.
Oh my God, they're obsessed with a puzzle.
Yeah.
Oh my God, they drew. I wanted to show it to you. They have been drawing, and we know my kids are artistic geniuses.
Of course, I've seen their spiders. Yeah.
They're one of my kids drew a whole column of creatures, of portraits.
Uh-huh.
Oh my God, she drew an ant.
Oh.
I swear to God, I was like, that's an ant. That is like a 10-year-old drew an ant. How did you even know what an ant, like how did you do this perfect cartoon ant? It's crazy. I'll see if I can send you the picture
Please.
of it, and you can put it in. You can insert
I'll put it.
it.
Yeah. I'll put it on. Yeah.
She is 3 years old. I'm like, what? This is not from me.
I'm so sorry to cut you off. Do you ever look at that and you and Nick just look at each other and go, "We raised that"?
Here's the thing, Brock.
Yeah.
We do. And then 30 seconds later, one of them will pull down their pants and say, "I need a pee." And then
you
won't
look
go.
at Nick and you said, "You raised her."
I should also clarify, because people might be like, "What's the big deal? She says she needs to pee. That's great." I'm talking she'd pull down her pants, not go to the bathroom and stand there like a queen until I lift her up and take her to the potty. Otherwise,
her
she'd
head
just
throws
pee
back,
on the
her
ground.
arms go out, and she's like, "Lift."
Literally like a T, like Titanic.
Yeah.
You
Well,
know?
for all intents and purposes, I'm glad your family's safe.
Yeah. Oh,
we're
yes,
safe.
yes,
I think there's just like a lot of people who are burning to a crisp, and I'm crossing my fingers that everyone close in our lives and the people who are devastated by it are doing okay, all things considered. But
Truly. It's very scary. Our thoughts are,
yes,
it's always so pointless to say like thoughts and prayers, but there's nothing else you can do. Like,
yeah.
I don't know, like whatever you need, whatever anyone needs,
Totally.
We're here. I've got masks.
Yeah.
And puzzles and emergency puzzles.
And
if you need
puzzles
for your kids.
I have to say, Eden, I loved seeing you. This is now the second time I've seen you today. And I saw you last night.
Oh, yes.
It was kind of fun. I was telling Cameron after we had our little session yesterday, I was like, it felt kind of good to act with Eden again. So Eden had an audition, and she was like, "Brock, will you run these lines with me before the audition?" And so we had a little, I don't know, 20, 30-minute session where we just got to run lines back and forth. It felt good. Felt right.
It did feel right. You're also such a, like, there's no one else I would want to. I realized in that moment, because I usually run with Nick, but
Yeah.
Nick is violently ill, so I'm like kind of alone with my two kids while I have to be inside. But I couldn't do it with him. I've been sleeping in the living room because I don't want to get sick.
Right.
And I was like, oh my God, who am I going to call? And then I was like, oh, please, Brock, be available. Please, please, please. And I realized in that moment, oh my God, you are so much better. I never want to go back. Such a better scene partner.
Oh my gosh,
and your
I
little
loved-
input. Oh, it was just, I was loving it.
I have to pick my strategic. Thank you. I loved it. I always have to pick my strategic moments when I do that to Cameron, because Cameron, he'll do it, but he doesn't want to, and so I have to pick a right moment in time, and then I gotta know I only get him for a couple passes. Like I'm not getting like tips or like, oh, what do you think of that choice? It's just like, we're doing it for lines real quick because he doesn't love it.
That is exactly what it is with Nick. Like, I know as soon as it, like with you, I was like, okay, I think I'm probably good. And you were like, you want to just do it one more time? Let's just do it like one more time. Let's just, get it. Like, we'll do speed or like you were like, let's try one without looking at the paper at all.
Yeah.
If I say, okay, I think I'm good to Nick, he will literally drop his sides. He'll go, okay, and grab the remote and be like, we're done now.
But I get it too, because sometimes I'm always like, I would love just another one. And then we even like again. I'm glad because I'm like you, and I texted you this morning, and I said I know we ran it last night, but right before your audition, do you want to run it again? So because you had your setup, you were in the clothes you were gonna wear, you were in your space, and that's a whole different vibe that can kind of throw you off. So I was like, let me just see if she wants to run it again, just so she can get a couple ones out.
I really couldn't believe that you texted me. I was like, that is above and beyond. That is more than above and beyond. And it was so nice being able to be like, you know what? Like, it's so nice being comfortable enough with someone to be like, I'm going to take you up on that. Yep.
Yeah.
Not just being nice. I'm not going to be like, no, thank you. I'm like, yes, thank you.
Yes,
yep.
I will. Yes.
Yeah.
So yes, I'm also at CBS Studios. I'm just going to let you know and the audience know. Did you ever see American Housewife? I'm looking right at the house of American Housewife. There's a whiteboard behind me that's filled. I can't even show all of it. It's filled with gorgeous Hollywood show ideas. There's maps. There's a pie chart. There's questions of like, what if this person did it? So I feel like I'm really in the thick of it. You know what I mean?
Wait, is it still on?
American Housewife? No, this is not for American Housewife. This is for a show that they're looking to pitch. So I'm in some writer's office that's not here today, and just my view is the old American Housewife set.
Wow. Okay. Yeah, I thought it was an episode pitch like for American Housewife. Wow.
No, just something with a couple characters named and
Are you allowed to say that, Brock?
I don't know. I'll probably bleep it. I'm going to be honest.
Okay. Yeah. Wow. Well, I'm very excited to see the
final product.
Yeah. Which I probably never will.
And then you leave. Wait, and then you leave when on Saturday, right? To go shoot the second leg of this movie.
Yeah. I actually leave a little bit later. I requested a later flight.
Good.
I'm going to have way less time to adjust to the time. But I just I can't. It is so complex. I talked about this last time, but it is so complex being away from your children for an extended period of time.
Yeah.
Like, for a job, I mean. Like
Totally.
Like when you do something that you like, I loved the first leg. I'm genuinely so excited to see all these people again and to go and to be like, just to be away doing me, like fully just me, like me in my element.
Right.
And also I'm terrified. I'm lonely when I'm there. I'm lonely at night. I miss my family. I can't, but like, it sucks liking your family. You know?
I have an idea. What if you just get in like a really big fight with Nick right beforehand, and that can maybe like alleviate like a week's worth, where you're still like, every time you think of him, like, Nick, maybe that'll help. Yeah.
But I can't. That's true. That'll be easy, Brock. I can't get in a fight with my poor little children. Actually, I get in fights with my children all the time. That's the craziest part, is that when I'm home and I'm just like, brush your teeth. I see them over FaceTime when I'm 10 hours ahead. And I'm like, my precious, sweet, perfect angels. They've never done a bad thing. I miss every second of them. I never want to be away from the kid. Oh my God. So yeah, so it's going to be fine. I leave on Monday. And
great.
I'll be gone for 2.5 weeks. I try to remember, in the grand scheme of things, it's not that long in their lives. They'll be fine. Sure. I'll FaceTime with them. And if they want to, if they ever want to take something up with me, if they're ever like, I don't know, in however many years, or maybe they're very verbal, maybe now they'll call me an absentee mother, or they'll say, I don't know what they'll say, then I'm more than happy to talk to them about it. You
can talk to them about being an absentee mother as you drive them to college with the paycheck from this movie, I think. You tell me about being an absentee parent. You are debt-free, child. Well, I'm excited for you. I'm also going to miss you because that's a little bit of the reason we're taking the hiatus as well, is because you're going to be away. You're going to be 10 hours ahead, and so can we still chat?
Oh my God, Brock! Every night I'm gonna FaceTime you. I'm gonna FaceTime you. My castmates who love you.
Oh, good. Okay, so all that being said, reminder, we are taking that 4-week hiatus. We've mentioned it a couple times. We'll remind you again next week when we do our final episode of the season. But we'll be back on February 26th.
Yes, that's right. We will see you then. But for now, we're still in it. And let's get into some middle minutes. Okay. All right. Here we are. Okay, hold on. Okay.
I love watching you snap in. It's one of my favorite things ever. You kind of go off to the side and you go, okay. Episode 123, Signal.
It really is a Patty thing. Patty taught me that. They're like, okay. I read a thing yesterday about how Cynthia. No, I didn't. I watched a TikTok. No, I didn't. What am I talking about?
I read this article from the Wall Street Journal. No, you watched a TikTok.
No, I watched a TikTok about apparently Cynthia Erivo in Wicked would literally like take a physical step in and out of her character when she was, like taking a break or getting a note or whatever. And so that's what I just did.
Great.
I could be in Wicked. They put me in the second part. They already filmed it. So.
Okay, let me see you take that proverbial step in and go.
Episode 123, Signals. Mike and Brick both try to be more sociable, which lands them in awkward situations. Sue is enamored with guitar-playing pastor Reverend Tim Tom. And this is the premiere of Reverend Tim Tom.
Yes.
And Axel hopes the family's barbecue will allow him to see attractive girls in bikinis if the weather clears up. I'm sorry, that's the most... This is like a Wikipedia just like stating the facts. Like,
correct.
Axel hopes the family's barbecue will allow him to see attractive girls.
No nuance whatsoever. But I get the gist. This was written by Eileen Heisler and Deanne Helene, directed by, ooh, baby, the legendary Jamie Babbitt. Fun fact, did you know, I didn't know this, or I guess recognize, because now that we have the scripts, did you know that whenever Eileen and Deanne write episodes, that their names switch on who's first and who's second? So like this one states written by Eileen and Deanne, and the next week's episode, which is also written by them, then goes written by Deanne Helene and Eileen Heisler.
I've never, ever noticed that.
Yeah. I just noticed that. I wonder if they continued to do that, but like having the back-to-back episodes, they switched who got top billing.
I wonder if that's like not legal, like like they switch like a financial thing, like they switched off who was first, or I think they're like an ampersand, so it doesn't even, that's so good. Maybe they just want to be equal. I don't know. Wow, I've never noticed that.
Yes, maybe you know this fact. I learned this when I took this course in college. So Eileen and Deanne, they're the ampersand, right? Like you just said. But do you know if you ever see in a script or like in the titles as you're watching a show or a movie play, if it's the literal AND for and, that means that writer came in and almost kind of retooled it or was an addition to, but they can't completely erase the first writer. So that's why that's the difference between the ampersand and the AND when you see them listed for credits.
I did know that, and I know that because Nick is a writing partner. He's like,
oh my God, of course.
The WGA and all of these things, like all of these, with the credit systems are like so specific. Like anytime you see any verbiage, like in cast and billing, when you see a with or and Jack Nicholson or like with Diane Keaton, I don't know. Right. These are just people.
God,
like,
what an all-star cast! My God,
I don't know, what movie is this? Is this pilot that's being retooled behind you?
Yes.
But it like those are like that is in your contract. That is a specific tier of like paying. And so like an ampersand, you're like legally considered one person basically.
Yeah.
That means it's totally different than seeing the word and. That means like, yes, like you said, there were two different writers having probably two, even if maybe they worked together, maybe they didn't, but they wrote two different drafts of the script, and they are getting paid independently. It's a whole thing. It's a whole thing.
Business is crazy.
Oh my God,
and directed, I don't know if you said this, directed by, of course, the legendary Jamie Babbitt.
We did say that. Let's get to this monster guest cast.
Oh, yes.
I'm going to speed through.
Yes, please.
Okay, we have got Chris Kattan as Bob. We have got Paul Hipp as Reverend Tim Tom. We have got Jen Ray as Nancy Donahue. Bo Wyrick as Sean Donahue. John Gammon as Darren. Audrey Wasilewski.
Maybe, yeah.
As Jody, the woman who thinks Mike is hitting on her. Mm-hmm. Very funny. We'll get to it. Krista Braun as Mrs. Tompkins. Does she come back, or is this her final episode?
I I'm not sure actually. Actually, one of my notes that I wrote is I truly like her. I mean, she has a very like simple, stripped down, like this is her function, but I think she's just really good. She sticks out in my mind. Anyway,
I
continue.
love her. We're only halfway through, but
Yeah.
I do. I love her. I feel like she didn't like, 'cause so a social group phased out, so did she. But I have the same thought. She's
Yeah.
great. Terrence Beezer as Old Man, his first of 5 episodes. Yeah, this guy comes back.
Yeah.
Very much comes back.
Yes.
Cynthia Rube as Carol, Aaron Sossamon as Marcy, Lancaster Duplechin, okay. Double Chin, oh, that's like Double Chin, oh my God.
Did you just comment on his appearance?
I'm so sorry, Lancaster. I swear it's just your name. Lancaster Duplechin as Boy, Mandy McMillian as Henry's mom, Andrew J. Fishman as Zach, back again. Oh, and that's it.
And that's it. Monster. A lot of those are co-stars, one-liners. But we have some of my favorites. Again, we said Krista Braun, Audrey, who played Jody, the woman who Mike was hitting on, or quote unquote hitting on.
Yeah.
I thought she was also great. Very well cast. This aired Wednesday, May 12th, 2010 at, of course, our normal time, 8:30, 7:30 Central, to 7.49 million viewers.
That's it. That's right. The top movie.
You
of
can
the week.
confirm. You got the sheet in front of you. You can confirm.
I do. I am reading it as well. The top movie of the week was Iron Man 2, and the top song was OMG by Usher.
Love it. Okay, so Eden, when we come back, we're going to break down the episode with Mr. Paul Hipp.
Are we rolling now?
I just started recording just in case we capture some good things.
Yeah.
Like the fact that I need now to look at myself with my reading glasses.
Hi, Paul. It's good to see you.
Paul, we're so happy you're here.
I'm not Paul yet. I'm still being...
Okay.
Oh, yeah. Okay, yeah.
Would this be too much if I did this during the whole podcast?
I think, yeah, you're ready for your close-up, Mr. DeMille.
Hi, everybody. Hi, Brock. Hi, Eden.
I think this is a perfect intro.
You know what? Wait, hold on.
Oh.
I swear, I did not set this up. I did set up this curtain, but I did not set up this. Ready for this?
Yeah.
This has been here because... You know what that is?
Is that from the show?
Do you know what this is?
A tambourine?
Yeah. Do you remember when Sue Heck was just an awful tambourine player?
I actually do remember that.
Oh, yes, I sort of do.
You couldn't stay on the beat. You were too fast, too slow, and never made it on.
There's a fun fact. Anyway, to start the show. Hi.
Hello.
Paul.
Paul Hipp. This has been an insane journey to get Paul on the show because if you don't know, I can't imagine you don't know, but there have been apocalyptic wildfires throughout Los Angeles.
Unbelievable. So crazy. And I'm in Santa Monica, and so I've been riding over to Adelaide and watching. We think of our dear, 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 dear friends without whom and their genius, creativity, we would not be here.
Yeah.
Deanne and Eileen, and, we think of them and all those people. Man, oh, man.
Yeah. It's
So
been such
much.
a literal dark cloud hanging over, but I've been looking because I feel like I need a little bit of brightness and happiness, and that's why Eden and I are so gung-ho about this at this time. So it's so nice to see you. I feel like you're like a bright spot in what's been
We need
a
to get
very
some happy
sad
back.
week.
We
Yes.
also need to keep this happy going. There's and then we'll leave it alone and get to the fun in the show and our love fest, but which is the best. I'm so glad to be seeing you guys, because seriously, the show was so special.
Yeah.
And I've been around since I think I did my first movie in 1913.
I was going to
around a
say,
while.
you look great. You can't be more than 26 years old.
Thanks so much.
Yeah.
Anyway, man, it's like this, the loss and all this stuff with people, but there's so much now with like Twitter, which I don't really go on, but I was going on just to see the latest and what people were posting. And it's like before compassion, people are going to like blame, and before, and it's just like, so I would like to say at the outset, compassion, I think, is the name of the game. I need to take care of what's between this ear and that ear so that I can be a better person for other people and keep it, positive and keep it compassionate. And so our thoughts go out to all of those people, affected.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway.
You know who gave me a little compassion? And I'm not kidding. This happened 2 days ago. Cameron and I went to Santa Barbara when that fire sprung up in Studio City in Runyon because we're like, let's just get out just to be safe. And then on the way out, on my way back in the parking lot, guess who gave me a wave? Oprah Winfrey.
Oh,
No.
win. That's a
Are
win.
you kidding?
Oprah Winfrey, because I was getting my Starbucks and walking to the car, almost got ran over, and then I stepped, off to the side, and who's in the passenger seat? And I must have made some sort of look because Oprah just went.
Yeah.
I strolled to my car, and I know she lives up there because whenever we go for a walk, Cameron's parents love to be like, and that's where Oprah lives.
Oh my God.
Let me say, I would just take that a step further. I want to say that is a sign, a signifier, not just for yourself, but for all of mankind.
Yes.
I think that's the moment. It's all changing now. Thank you, Brock.
Yes.
Thank
You're
you, Oprah.
so welcome.
Thanks to.
And I know,
Well-
I know you guys are wondering.
So
She
welcome.
didn't have a.
It's just
have
a service
stick-
you provide.
Yes. She didn't have a stitch of makeup on, and she looked fabulous. She was wearing her classic glasses, passenger seat, this I think it was a Range Rover, giant, all decked out, shiny as a whistle. So that
Would you
that
have
started-
freaked out if she got the Range Rover and opened the door and said, "You get a car"?
I would have freaked out if she goes,
Get
I
cars.
love the middle.
Oh my God!
My God,
Yeah,
that
right.
would have been incredible.
That would
okay,
have been the best. No, I love
on-
you on the middle. That would have been the tone.
Right.
On this note,
yes.
on all of this
Look how nice
crazy
my hair
note.
looks.
Yes, this is the second. What's even crazier is that this is only the second most chaotic intro to any interview we've done. This is second
Who
to
was
Vicki
first?
Lewis.
You
Vicki
know her.
Lewis.
Who?
Vicky, iconic
Vicki
Vicky
Lewis?
Queen Lewis. Yes.
No. That we got it. Then we gotta. No, she can't
We-
win.
Okay,
I love
then
her more than. Let's get her on my phone. I love
No,
Vicki.
no.
That's my TV wife right there. And let me ask you this:
Wait, I
why
don't-
did you have Vicki Lewis on before me?
Because her episode aired before you.
We're going in chronological order.
We're going chronological. That's the only
Acceptable.
reason.
Acceptable
Okay,
answer.
so
The
for anyone
judges
who
have
doesn't-
deemed that an acceptable answer.
For anyone who's not aware of what's happening right now, we have Tony Award winner, kindness advocate, and absolute loon, Paul Hipp, on the show today.
Good evening.
Good
Afternoon.
evening. Good afternoon.
It's
Good
actually
afternoon.
evening in here because I pulled all the blinds so that I could set up. Oh, I'm giving my secrets away.
Paul,
ring-
it's so
my
good to
ring
see you
light.
after all these years.
I know.
Walk us through. Speaking of Vicki Lewis, we heard a little bit of your guys' intro with Eileen and Deanne with three sisters and everything. But tell me how Eileen and Deanne came into your life. Tell us how the middle came into your life. Give us the 411.
Deanna and Eileen came into my life. I can't remember. I must have auditioned. How the hell did that? But for a no, just for an episode. I think they would know. But I think it was just meant to be an episode to play Vicki Lewis's ex-husband.
On what show?
On the show,
Three Sisters,
NBC
right?
smash
Three
hit
Sisters.
comedy Three Sisters.
Okay, right. Just want to make sure
And,
for our listeners.
Yeah, and with Diane Cannon, she was not a sister; she was the mom. Diane Cannon and the dentist from the Bob Newhart show. But anyway, and these great, awesome people. So anyway, I went in and I was to play Vicky's ne'er do well musician husband. Stretch.
A stretch.
How did I get that? And but anyway, so then I ended up a recur on the show because it went so well. And then I ended up I think I was a regular. I was.
What was your paycheck? I'll be able to tell you.
Yeah, no, so that's exactly what I was just thinking in my head. How much was I? No, so I ended up a regular on the show, and we did a whole bunch of them. And Vicki, who I had to totally carry. No, Vicki. I mean, she and I just became she's one of my favorite people on the planet, and we've been
Can't
through.
imagine both of you in one room. I don't
Oh my
know.
God!
Can't
No,
imagine what that
it's
energy
fun.
is like.
I brought things
Are you,
to show
are
and
you
tell.
good?
Oh, good. That's gonna be great.
Oh, look at this.
Okay, yeah. Show us. You got you.
You know what that is?
And what is that?
Be careful on the internet. Do you remember that, Eden? That I don't.
What?
Be careful on the internet.
I mean, no, I do not, but I do remember the general concept.
Yeah.
Like we have a question for you because
I have answers.
Okay. Did you, and then we're going to get right into the episode because I'm very excited to talk about it with you. I have a memory of you actually writing, not just the melody, writing the lyrics, writing all the songs.
Yeah.
But Brock was saying that maybe, because I didn't reference the script, or maybe I don't, was it true? Fact check us. Did you write all the lyrics?
Yeah.
And the melody, or just the melody? You did. Okay, that's what I thought.
So would you send your stuff to Eileen and Deanne and they would pop it in the script?
Oh, it was great. So Eileen would call me and she'd go, okay, so Sue is thinking of getting a tattoo. So then Reverend Tim Tom shows up. And so we need a song like, telling teens about, not to get a tattoo. And so I would go, okay. And then sometimes she would give me like some ideas like, or like she would go like, there is a Jesus wilderness camp, and the little boy, he's at
a brick. Yeah, the little,
where did I get Axl
the little
from?
son. Yeah.
Guns N' Roses. I was thinking of Guns N'
that's
Roses.
the other one. That's the other one.
Yeah,
That's the older brother.
I didn't say Slash. Which one was no? So anyway, and he's at like this camp, and so she would say like he's at this, and then they would tell me what she would tell me what was going on in the episode, and so then I would. Sometimes it was like late at night, and then so I would write the songs, and sometimes we go back and forth. The best ones where it was just like I sent it, she went, "That's it." But sometimes she would give me notes. And I go back in and rewrite, and then that's it. And then the next day I would come in and see you guys for the table read, and it would be in the script. And it was always so fun.
Okay, to my memory, this makes sense. I don't even remember it being in the script. My memory, it would say in the script, like, song about X.
Sometimes.
And then you would just come into the table read, just like glide in with your guitar. And just like, I feel like before your cue even happened, like you'd like strum yourself in and then just sing a song, and everyone would be, it would be a surprise. I thought it was going to be a surprise for everyone. It was always like, where the hell did that come from? How did you just do it? Felt like you just made it up on the spot.
Right, well, no, a lot of them were just like hours old. And then, if you remember, I would have, you're right, because sometimes it would just say, song, T, B, D, right? And I would have this notebook with me.
Yes.
And I would open it to the thing, and I'd be reading along in the script, and then it would and you know what? I spent so many years playing clubs. I've done so many musicals. I've done so much stuff that I was able to kind of time it. So, like, you would say, like, but Reverend Tim Tom, well, I really wanted, everybody's getting tattoos. And I would go, bring. Will Sue Hick, and then we would, and it was so it was like almost kind of like fun improv with you, and you were always so fun to work with because I mean you were not exactly like unable to like just go with the flow. You were great. You are great at it, and we had a blast, and it started at the table reads. They were the most fun table reads.
Well, I have to say they weren't. I mean, like they were fun, but I think you maybe have a skewed perception of just like how fun our table reads were because you
let me rephrase that.
Of
fun for me.
Yeah. Well, you made them. When we had a Paul episode, oh my God, it was a party in that room. It was a party table read.
Everyone's so excited.
I'm so happy.
Yeah.
You're such a fan favorite with the viewers and then amongst the cast and crew as well. Everyone adores you.
Oh, that's so cool. Thank you. That means a lot. It's like any other place where so much is going on. So it's nice to hear you say that about me coming in and doing that because what a sort of a Reverend Tim Tom thing to do.
Yeah,
for sure.
But so, and Deanne and Eileen, how can you not just fall in love with them immediately? And we had a great time and the stuff they wrote for me, we just connected. Like you guys know, they, that the way that they write just, and so we connected. Anyway, years later, I saw the pilot of your show. I saw and I was like, oh my God, this is incredible.
It's a masterpiece.
It's unbelievable, man. And so, so one night we go to a screening in Hollywood somewhere because we're very, very, very glamorous. Mm-hmm. And no, we go to this screening. And so Mia and I are looking for some place to eat, and like Kate Mandolini's was closed because everything closed now. And we're driving, and we end up in Santa Monica, and we go to this restaurant, and there was Eileen. And hello, hug, hug, hug. And I said, the show, it's so great. She goes, we have to think of something. You have to come play with us. We have to think of something for you to. Let me think about it. And then, anything you want, anytime, And so she goes back to her table, and they're sort of in the back, and me and I sitting here. And Mia's facing back that way, and I'm facing this way, and we're eating. And Mia goes, here she comes. and he goes, I got it. You're going to be a guitar-playing youth minister, and your name is going to be Reverend Tim Tom. And I went, great, count me in, And so, sure enough, true to her word, then I to be Reverend Tim Tom. And then the songs, as far as the songs go, me writing the songs, I'd been doing a lot of, at that time I was writing a lot of stuff for Ariana Huffington, who, let's start dropping names now. Is it too early?
Yeah, please.
Cast to start
Never too early.
No.
Let me pick that name. No, Ariana Huffington said, darling, you need to blog for me, because she started the Huffington Post. And I used to do these musical blogs, like something would happen in the news, and then I would write a tune and send it to Ariana, and it'd be on the front page of the Huffington Post. And by the time we woke up, it would be like viral.
Yeah.
Like when Dick Cheney shot that guy in the face. Like I wrote a tune that said, I hear old Harry coming. He's coming round the bend. I've been killing little birdies. Oops, I shot my friend. Now I'm stuck in Corpus Christi. And time keeps dragging on. Anyway, so they dug this stuff, and they were like, and they knew my music stuff, so they're like, yeah, write the songs. And so I ended up writing the songs for the character, and which would happen like overnight. They would call me up and say, here's what's going on with Sue, and blah, blah, blah. She's thinking of getting a tattoo, and Reverend Tim Tom appears and sings a song about not getting a tattoo. So I wrote sometimes 1, 2, sometimes 3 songs, which was really great, but really hard, because I would write them that night and then the next day go in. Right. And either they'd be in the script or there would be a TBD song, but I would have my trusty notebook and I would start singing. And, and that's it. And then so Reverend Tim Tom became a recur.
It's so funny you say you saw Eileen at a restaurant, because Vicki Lewis, the literal same thing happened to her. She was having some chicken at some Brentwood market. Saw Eileen, and Eileen was like, we got to get you at an Erewhon, and said, we got to get you on the show. And 3 weeks later, Vicki Lewis is on the show. Yeah,
well, Vicki, I don't know if you know this, but she idolizes me. So she kind of, she actually kind of stalks me and stuff. It's a little uncomfortable, but I'm not surprised.
Vicki Lewis, we gotta, so her episode came out months ago, at this point. And 2 weeks ago, I just looked on our Instagram, and she finally replied, like, that was so much fun. So good seeing you too.
That's so great.
Paul, do you have the PDF pulled up that I sent you with the breakdown? You have some lines to read.
Oh, you're so difficult.
You can just pull it up on your phone.
No, I think I am. Eden, what is that poster hang? Oh my God, I love that poster.
Hang in there,
poster
kitty.
Behind you.
It's Sue's real poster.
Is it really?
Yeah, from her bedroom.
It's the real one from set.
Oh my God, I think you need this tambourine on that wall right opposite it. Hold on, let me step by step.
You know what?
Oh no, these are instructions on what to do.
It should be next to that in the new one that I sent you today.
I have it.
Okay, there you go. Okay, cool.
Have
Let's
I
go for
crossed the Vicki Lewis chaos threshold yet?
Yes.
Thank you.
You win, Paul.
Oh, look at my new teeth. Wait, can we just take a moment?
Wait. We got to get into it. I got to leave it. I got to leave in 20 minutes. So let's do that.
I know, but this is important. Okay, let's go. Let's do it.
So, on a car ride home after a party, Frankie and Mike argue about their inability to read each other's signals.
Yes, which I have had with my husband. I've left him with I've left him at a party, and he has literally been kicking me, been physically touching me, and been like, "Did you not? You left me." He was talking about the Holocaust for 30 minutes.
Cameron and I Cameron and I'll have a thing where, like, right before we go out, be like, if you want to go, don't play this, like, well, I'm ready when you are, when you actually want to go. Like, if you want to go, say we're going.
Yes, 100%.
Yeah.
The next morning, Axel emerges from his hibernation, excited to see the sun shining. It is spring. He is determined to clean the pool for the launch of Orson's bikini season during the Hex annual barbecue. And Frankie encourages Sue to join the church's youth group because there's no tryouts for Jesus.
Youth group? Isn't that sort of for geeks and losers?
Axel, I think you should give it a chance. You're always wanting to join something, and there's no tryouts for Jesus.
Which made
Paul,
me laugh.
confirm or deny, there's no tryouts for Jesus.
Apparently not, but I would like to act out everything as you're saying it.
Please.
Well, that's why we have
I'm
you
really
on.
good at signals. I'm really good at signals. Somebody will be sitting there talking for long, and I'll go, ugh, and walk away. And then Mia will later in the car go like, you can't just do that. I go, well, I did.
Well.
We got out of there. But then I don't pick up signals because I usually, having said that, I'm the one that wants to stay like way too long. And Mia will be done like, okay, well, these guys are probably tired. And I just like, oh, right, okay. But anyway, no, there's no tryouts for Jesus, apparently.
I bet, Paul, you're the kind of person where I could just plop you in front of any single person in a friend group and you can just go.
Yeah.
I could walk away and you could just go.
I just need to say real fast that I didn't know until shooting this. I did not know what a youth group was. I had
neither did I.
Oh, you didn't either?
No.
Oh my God, that makes, and you're not Jewish, right?
No, I was raised in the Catholic school. I went to Catholic school for let's see, 8 plus 4.
12.
13. No, I went to Catholic school for 11 years. And why does that math so not add up? Because they threw me out.
Because you went to...
They threw me out.
They
for a
did?
year.
They did?
Yeah, I was the worst student. And I was bad, but not malicious. I was funny, right, and bad. But anyway, they threw me out for junior year. And so for junior year, I went to the local public school where, by the way, I went from being in C group in Catholic school, which was like, there was A, smart, B, C.
Yeah,
And I was
we could tell from the
C
math
group.
skills, yeah.
Yeah, way at the bottom. I went to public school. I was like Albert Einstein. So then I could just like, hang out in the smoke and I like, you know. Anyway, so, but they let me back in to graduate from Catholic school. Get this. Last year, I was inducted into the Alumni Hall of Fame. And I started my acceptance speech by saying, you guys realize you threw me out, right? But anyway, but that's where the songs, the Reverend Tim Tom songs came from because I had all that stuff in here, and it was like I finally got to use it, you know, in the songs.
Oh, dip into that well.
Wow.
Yeah, dip into that well. Yeah, right, exactly. But take out the guilt and any other thing that, you know, he was, you know, Reverend Tim Tom, he loved everybody, accepted.
Yeah.
He was about acceptance. He was about, you know, Jesus taught some cool stuff, you know. Read what Jesus talked about. Jesus was like this really cool dude. Like that, you know, would have fit in right here in Santa Monica or, you know, in LA.
Yeah.
Let me tell you something, you know, it's funny to certain people that claim him because, you know, Jesus accepted everybody. Jesus wasn't going like, you can't marry that person and they can't. Jesus would be like, hey, do you need me to officiate? Let's go. Anyway.
Could not agree more.
All right,
Could not
Paul.
agree more.
I need to see your acting skills. You're up. Give us the little blurb, the next scene in the show.
Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. Let me check my
pop
notes
on those
here.
glasses, open up that
Oh,
document.
wait. Is that me and Billy Gibbons on stage? Oh, I guess it is. Hold on. I didn't mean for you to see my screensaver. Hold
Pick
on.
up another name.
There's going to be a lot of that. I'm so obnoxious. Okay, hold on. Now, so Eden said that. I shared some thoughts. And then Brock says something about a car ride. Then Eden says the next morning. And then Paul says,
Here we go.
at the Odd Squad pageant, Brick shows his progress, and Frankie uses the moment to suggest Mike could learn from them.
Yep.
And that he did.
And that's what happened.
Okay, so now this is where
I don't
I'm
understand
most
what I
excited.
just read. So wait a minute. So at the Odd Squad pageant. Oh, right. Yeah.
Do you
yeah,
remember
yeah.
that
Brick
scene
shows
in the episode?
That kid was funny, man. Okay.
He was.
And Brick and Frankie used the moment to suggest, yeah, Mike. Okay. Yeah, that's good.
that car
How am
ride
I
home.
doing?
She was like, you could learn from them. Okay, so now this is the scene that I'm excited to hear about.
I didn't realize
Sue
there
and
were
Tim
other
Tom.
people in the show.
Yeah, you thought it was just you, right? Because that's
I thought it was
how
just
Ian
us
watches the
three.
show too. She just fixates on the series, on her in the series, and that's about it.
Yeah. Oh, so you didn't know there was other people like in the show either? I feel
No,
better
every
about
episode,
myself.
in fact, I forget.
Oh my God, I feel so much better about me.
All right.
Let me ask you this: glasses on. By the way, I cut my own hair. Can we just take a moment?
Wow.
I love that.
Love it.
Okay, so Sue reluctantly attends youth group, but is immediately enamored with its leader, a man in flip-flops, jeans, and an unbuttoned Henley t-shirt. We meet Mr. Paul Hipp, Reverend Tim Tom.
The one and only.
The one and only. He really gets through to Sue with his song, It's Tough Being a Teen, which made its way through the entire series.
It's tough being a teen when this world could be so mean. That's all I remember. But I do
Are there
remember.
any? Oh, okay. Were there any cut
I
parts
get that
that you?
one confused with Jesus was a teenager too.
Was that in the same? That's in the same episode,
That's
right?
coming too.
I think
Yep.
it is. Yeah.
Yep.
So I'll do that when we get to it.
Okay. Well, are you up?
Wait a
Are
minute,
you?
I remember. Tough being a teen when this world can be so mean. No one takes you seriously. You say, who will understand me? Well, when the world tells you you're nothing, remember that you're something. Yeah, it's tough being a teen.
I just
I
and I will say
remember that.
before I move on to the next scene, I feel like I should comment and say that I do remember specifically. I remember coming. I remember coming to set that day, and already having heard you at the table read, I was already like, oh my God, this guy is. He came in fully formed, like a fully formed character. But I remember even knowing that. I remember coming to set, and it was like, like my reactions of like, oh my God, were so, I think, genuine, because it was, I mean, I wasn't enamored in the same way, but I was like, whoa, what is happening? I was in awe. I was like, this guy is
so nice.
and so funny. I don't remember it being so funny. I laughed so much watching it back. It was it's so funny. You're very funny, Paul.
Well, right back at you, and not just return service, but it was. You walk into a situation, it's like, and I'd seen the pilot, and and it was like, oh my God, this was just great. And the relationship was just instantaneous. I mean, I don't know if you felt that, but the relationship between Reverend Tim Tom and Sue, it was like, and it was so beautiful. It just felt like so sweet and so pure.
It was, and without being, it was a really a fine line to walk, where none of it ever felt like we were making fun of the concept of a youth group or anything, but also so funny and also so real. Like, it wasn't broad. It actually was really broad and somehow real at the same time. I don't know how we did it.
You guys both have it like earnestness about both of your characters, and I think that's why the chemistry sparks from the get-go, because you see that right from your first interaction.
And there wasn't anything creepy. Like, I don't know how to, like, not that I want to even go, but like, there wasn't anything. It was just like, it was so pure. It was so good. It was great.
No, and again, I think we would all agree, tribute to the great writers, but also the way that we just interacted. And it was just really pure and really nice. And, as far as like, not making fun of youth groups, I think it was, the people forget, those people have a sense of humor.
Yes.
Do you know what I mean? They're really, Christians are not all these fire and brimstone, they have a sense of humor about it. Like I said, I grew up in the Catholic Church, and there could be a real sense of humor about this stuff. And so many people wrote to me and said, oh my God, you and Sue remind me so much of when I was in school, and we had this minister and all that stuff, and everybody's got we all have some great teacher or that made a difference in your life, and that's what it felt like.
Yeah. I think I just mean it really felt like everyone was laughing with each other and not at anyone.
Right, exactly.
You know what I mean?
Well said.
Okay, so moving on. We're at home. Axel is frantically cleaning the pool. Sue is in another dimension after youth group, and Mike tells Brick that they could both afford to be a little more social, and the barbecue is the perfect place to try it out.
You know what else is powerful? love and fellowship and understanding. A lot of forces at play in this complicated world. It's tough being a teen right now. Tough being a teen.
Paul, your
Great.
line.
Like, how funny is that, right? I mean, that's just so funny. And after Jesus was a teenager too. I think the last song I played the melody to Jesus was a teenager too. So Jesus was a teenager too. Beneath the pimples, long hair, and awkwardness, King of the Jews. A lonely teenage savior no one could understand. Kind of dorky on the outside, but inside a wise young man, yeah. Jesus was a teenager too. Anyway, so there's no extra charge for that.
Thank you.
All right, so, Paul, after Jesus was a teenager too, Sue invites Reverend Tim Tom, this is such a funny scene, to the Heck barbecue, but is devastated when she finds out the church can't afford to keep Reverend Tim Tom. I love that scene. It's just so great when you find that out, the look in your face.
Me too. And there's actually, I went looking in the script, there's a deleted scene between Eden, between you and Charlie, where you're begging Charlie Axel to take you to youth group because Frankie's only driving you once a week. And he's like, I'll take you to youth group if you clean the pool, because you're so desperate to go back and revisit Reverend Tim Tom. And so he cuts a deal with you saying, fine, I'll drive you this time as long as you help me clean out the pool for the barbecue. And you agree?
I don't even think we shot that.
That was in the script. You saw that, bro?
Yeah, it must have been. So it must have been. I guess we had the table draft. So from the table draft to the shooting draft, that scene got
right.
cut. Yeah, probably for time. We're at the barbecue. Sue's trying to collect money, and Axel's trying to entice the ladies to swim with a shirtless Sean and Darren in the freezing pool. And both Mike and Brick attempt being social. When Mike's friendliness is misinterpreted by Jody as flirting, and Brick gets punched by a boy with a bad haircut, the two escape to decompress.
So good.
There is a funny aside that also got cut. I don't know if they shot it or if it did make it to the shooting draft. They did shoot it. But there's a little aside from Frankie and Nancy fawning over Reverend Tim Tom.
Oh, I remember that.
Frankie goes, I have it
Yes.
written down. Frankie goes, so did Nancy. He's the minister from Sue's church youth group. Isn't he great? It's a campfire without the campfire. And Nancy goes, that's right. He provides the heat.
I think I understand why they took that out. That really makes me laugh. But you know what?
It takes him to a different space than what his characterization
does.
is intended. Yeah.
It sort of detracts from the pureness of his
just
first.
talked about.
But also, yeah.
But I love that.
Yeah, and also, there's that aspect where Reverend Tim Tom, why does he keep having to leave town so quickly?
Sure.
That's true.
Now, Paul, I have a question for you. Whose choice was it to have the shirt unbuttoned to the nipple line? Was that you? Was that the customer? Or was that Eileen? Because every time it's just down to the nipple line.
I'll tell you that had to have been custom, because I learned that lesson. I thought I went to, and I want to tell you that I did this movie a long time ago, and it had a big premiere at Warner Brothers, and I wore this shirt, and I thought, and I had it, and I don't know if I did it myself or I missed a button, but it was unbuttoned pretty low, or maybe I thought I was being like Keith Richards,
Right.
I'm not Keith Richards, so I look like this idiot actor who's got his shirt, and so there's pictures all over the place. And by the way, can we make it worse? Yes, we can. It was the leopard skin shirt. So anyway, I've got this leopard skin shirt. It's down like this, and I just look like So I learned that lesson. So I usually try to button up.
Sure. And then they probably just one more.
If you want to do an insert here, I can send you a picture. It's horrible. It was a Clint Eastwood movie, and there's all these great. Wait, let me get that name.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Thank you. Yeah.
Yeah. And there's all these pictures of it online. And do you know that I one time? Okay, this is what we confess on this show, don't we?
Yes.
We do. Yeah.
This is a safe space, right? The circle of trust.
Of course.
Of course. Yeah.
Okay.
No one will hear this
No one
unless
will
you
hear
actually
this.
want it cut.
Right. So I got one of the pictures from that I really liked, and I was like, well, can you do. I look like a disco, like casino owner from the set. So I tried to Photoshop button my shirt up. Is that just so self-obsessed? I tried to Photoshop button my leopard skin shirt up.
How did it go?
Well, it went pretty good, but then I just thought, even I was disgusted by myself, so I just never posted it. There, confession over.
I love that.
So Sue's efforts with the tin, with the thing that she's collecting, garnered $6.12, which I thought was perfect. But Reverend Tim Tom tells her, it's never been a money issue. Sweet, simple Sue. He's leaving because he has to keep roving. It's just who he is. There's a lot of troubled teens in Dayton, so he's got to move on.
The Rovin'
Rev. Do you know that reminds me of something? And the way, do you know, and speaking of Clint, do you know the movie Bronco Billy? Did you ever see it?
I think I haven't heard of it.
Okay, I recommend it. It's an old Clint Eastwood movie where he plays the most earnest, like cowboy, like a guy from another century, and he's got the rodeo. He's trying to keep it on the road. And he's just the most earnest, like in a world, in the modern world, here's this guy who's just unaffected by it. And you're the best darn bunch of wranglers this side of and he's so earnest. And when I was preparing, I thought, isn't that kind of a good benchmark for Reverend Tim Tom?
Oh, that's
you know
good.
What I mean? So you just reminded me that the way he said, and I think of that when I see that scene, a little bit of Bronco Billy in there in Reverend Tim Tom, a little actor's secret circle of trust. Okay. And then I say, as Reverend Tim Tom sings his final song. No, this is good. As Reverend Tim Tom sings his final song, the sun shines. Sue feels better. Axel gets everyone in the pool. And Brick and Mike develop a secret signal to escape social interactions. And my favorite part of that, and I crossed a Rubicon in my life, as actors, it's the best when we really do learn about ourselves and our place in the world, right? It's like as artists, that's why we make stuff. Why do we make this stuff? And at best, we then, through our work, maybe somebody else IDs with that, and then they, blah, blah, blah. And that's the artist's place in society. And what a wonderful, thing to do because, A, we get to stay self-obsessed, and B, we get to help people. No, but seriously, so I crossed a Rubicon in this scene because how do you know when you've gone from being like, cool guy with a guitar kind of in the game to the old dude with the guitar. So Axel, when the sun comes out, Axel says, whoa, thanks, old guitar dude. I remember thinking, wow, I guess I am. I accept that.
It's a miracle. Thank you, old guitar dude. Don't let them try.
I accept that. I am now an old guitar dude. And by the way, probably have been for 10, 15 years. But anyway, honestly, that is come on. How about that writing? It's so funny because, if you remember, do the people watch this along with us or do they have to go back? Yeah, they do. So how about when the sun comes out? It's such a simple thing, but it is so funny the way that the sun comes out and everybody looks around and it's just so cool. And then Reverend Tim Tom's like, yeah,
Yeah, just I have that effect on people.
That's what I do.
Okay, let me ask you, before we move on to our blue bag grab, I just have one quick question for both of you. How much do you think the crane shot costs to finish out the episode? It was written in the script. Eileen and Deanne wrote it in the stage directions.
Oh, yeah, a lot.
Yeah.
$15,000 a day. Let me tell
I
you,
knew that.
Let me tell you what they say.
You're good, Brock.
Mike and Brick walk off and give each other a discreet high five as we crane up in a $15,000 a day super techno crane. End episode. That's what Eileen and Deanne wrote in their script.
That's brilliant. How can you not love? They're so great.
It's so good.
Oh my God, I love that.
They're so great. They're so funny and they're so in on the joke. That's what's great about them.
Yeah.
And how about the way Eileen would just come down and just like the scenes would just get better.
Brock's gonna stay with you. Finish out the episode. I actually have to go.
Where do you have to go? Is it Summer Glamorous?
Oh, very glamorous. It's a toddler gymnastics class.
No, make something up. Where do you have to go?
A glamorous toddler gymnastics class.
That's much better. All right. No, I'm going to stop really quick.
Toddler modeling class.
When I was a kid, the show The Partridge Family, David Cassidy, I was like 9. And there was an episode where David Cassidy was walking upstairs with a glass of milk and a sandwich, and his mother needed him to do something, or his sister. And he said, I can't help you. I'm in the middle of writing a song in my room. And I remember at 9 years old thinking, that's what I want to do. That's the coolest thing ever. Do you know that we shot every episode of The Middle on the stage where the Partridge Family shot? So it's very and when we were doing the scene outside by the pool, that's where they shot all those outdoor concert things, right? Yep. So anyway, talk about like in small ways you go like, wow, it turned out okay. Yeah. You know? So anyway, that's my final thought. Like, what are the odds of that, you know?
That's crazy. That is genuinely, that's great. Oh my God. Okay, on my final note, just because you keep talking with Brock, you share all your stories, he's going to do the blue bag grab. I just want to give my final note on, since I have you here, and let you know, I'm going to share with the audience that the last thing I'm going to say about you is that the days that you were on set were truly something else, because you would just come to set with your guitar and it was honestly some of the most meta experiences. Like there was a lot of stuff that paralleled real life, but when you were there, it was genuinely meta, because you had the whole, and especially there were always a lot of extras when you came. Yeah. And so you had everyone entranced because you were just there with this magnet, with your real guitar, with your personal real guitar. And you would just, I feel like you'd always be, if you weren't singing a song that you had written, you were just jamming, you were improvising. The days that you were there, Charlie would bring his guitar too.
Yeah.
And you'd just or you'd play classic songs. It was just a really, really fantastic time. And I'm so happy you were on the episode. And I'm sorry I can't stay for the blue bag grab, but.
Well, that means a lot that you said that, but thank you.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
You. I love this show. I loved hanging out with you guys. I love working with you. Our scenes were, that's what you live for, right? Especially doing comedy. So thank you. And do I get to come on the next Reverend Tim Tom episode?
If you'll come, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. I know, because we know you have a ton of stories, and we.
Oh yeah. This is also fun, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Right, cool.
Okay, Eden, you go. I love you. Have fun at gymnastics.
I love you more.
I love you. I love you both. I love you both more. Triple, double. And yes, I will have a very glamorous time. Bye.
Have a glamorous time. Bye, Eden.
All right.
Let's talk about Eden.
Yeah, let's.
God,
now that we're alone,
I can't. She's awful. So mean.
And I have to work with her on a weekly basis now again. Can you believe it?
No, she's.
No, that's been so much fun. As you see, it's just fun talking about things that I don't know about or I forgot what happened, and reliving these memories, and so does everyone else. So, okay, Paul. Now that it's just us, we have 5 trivia questions based on your experience on ABC's hit comedy, The Middle. You ready for them?
Oh, yeah, let's go. But first, how did you just because you ended up being, just one of the stars of the show. Did you audition for a episode or a recur?
Yeah. So my initial storyline was that I was going to be her gay boyfriend for the Thanksgiving episode of season 1, and the Christmas episode of season 1 I got broken up with because she found me behind the shed with another boy smoking. Was the big reveal. So that was originally supposed to be it. And then now, at least through season 2, they kept bringing me back. And it was whenever there needed to be a funny storyline of oh my God, my ex-boyfriend. But then once season 3 hit, then that's when they started writing us more as an actual friendship. I was the function of the friend, not necessarily a funny my ex-boyfriend's in this situation that I don't need him to be in right now.
Right.
So we took a little bit of evolution from
that's
season 3.
That's a tribute to your talent. And also, the depth of it, that it could, expand into that. And so, you know what I mean? That's really great. That's awesome.
It's fun. It's fun because I feel like being the friend of Sue, I was able to see, had I just been one certain pocket of her life, like an ex-boyfriend, I don't know if I ever would have crossed paths with the Reverend Tim Tom, but we had a handful of episodes together. I had a handful of episodes with every single cast member of the Heck family and stuff. So, as you did too, I know you had obviously your storylines. It's kind of like me. A majority of them were with Eden, but it was fun when you get, the brick storyline at the Wilderness Jesus Jam. And I know you worked with Patty and Neil on, when you were helping them through their problems and stuff.
Yeah.
So it's nice.
And they're all so fun to work with, right? Patty, come on. She's and Neil's hilarious.
We talk till we're blue in the face about just what a master those two are, but particularly like Patty just always and will always have it. She's just so funny.
She's just incredible. And I want she's very humble about it. I said to her, it's just something about how just gifted she is. And she's just kind of like, I have a bunch of tricks I use. I'm like, oh, please. Bunch of tricks you use. Please. Yeah, they give Emmys to people who just have a bag of tricks.
Party tricks, yeah.
Yeah, right, exactly. Thank you. Joe, I was doing a gig recently, and I've been playing with, ZZ Top, Billy Gibbons. We were doing a gig in Nashville, and Patty came out to the gig.
Oh,
and
how
was
fun.
So nice to see her. It was always nice to see her. And see Patty and Billy.
She lives there now, right? She lives there full time. Yeah.
And Patty and Billy hit it off, which was kind of cool. Patty, to see Frankie Heck talking with Billy Gibbons. No, but no, Patty said she's so cool, and her husband Dave, they're great people. But anyway, so what are the questions?
Okay, I got them. So we have a blue bag. The blue bag is infamous from the middle because they always forget their blue snack bag whenever they go on vacation or on a road trip. So,
I like that. All right.
So across your 12 episodes, question number 1, across your 12 episodes, there's only one season you didn't appear in. Do you know what season that was?
I'm going to say it was season, it's either 5, but I'm going to say 6.
It is 6. Wow, good. That's good. I was wondering if that would be too tough. That's fantastic.
You never forget that like heartbreak when you cry for 9 months straight.
Yeah, it stays with you. Call. You just you're hoping for that call saying we love you in an episode.
And then it doesn't come, so you cry for the rest of the week, and then somebody says, "Well, wait, today, yeah, you remembered." Deanna and Eileen, I'm looking at you. No, I'm kidding. No, so season 6. All right, so I got 1.
You got 1. All right. Question number 2. These are the lyrics. I'm curious if you know this, and you. This is an open book quiz. If you need to reference lyrics,
wait, should I? Is this too much?
No, I think that's a perfect Reverend Tim Tom depth right there.
Oh, horror.
These are lyrics from the Christmas episode in season 4. It's a bell you can't unring. It's a song you can't unsing. It's a gift you can never take back. That's why it's best to stay on track. What are you singing about?
My God, I wrote it, and I don't. Okay, I don't know. What is it?
It's Wait Till Marriage, Save Your Virginity.
Oh my God, that's so funny. I wonder if I have that. I was trying to cheat and look in my.
Yeah, take a look.
I was trying to cheat and look in my notebook. Because, I have a lot of these tunes I wrote in this notebook, which is kind of fun to have.
I love that you still have it.
Well, I keep them all because there's also songs I write in my real life. Like, look,
right.
Here's
that it?
It's hard being a parent.
Oh, good. That I'm sure
funny?
You sang to Frankie and Mike. Yep.
But yeah, one day I'll donate this to the
Smithsonian, right?
The National Middle Museum of America.
Yeah. Okay, question number 3. Easy.
Number 3.
It's a 50-50 shot. True or false? A song of yours is the last thing we hear in the season finale.
It is true. I'm standing on the side of the road, and they're driving off. Right? They drive past me, and I'm stood on the side of the road. Is that correct?
I don't know if you're on the side of the road. Maybe I missed it if you're on the side of the road. But your song is definitely the literal last thing we hear of the finale.
When I saw that, I was so moved by it, and that episode and that experience for real was just, it was bittersweet.
Yeah,
right?
Of course.
Because, that was really like a family, and it comes from the top. It came from Deanna and Eileen, and, look, and I know everybody, there might have been people on there going, 9 years. I don't know.
Right.
But I don't know. I didn't see it. If there were,
No.
and saying goodbye, and this sounds so actor-y, at the risk of sounding like an actor, but there's something about saying goodbye to a character and saying goodbye to that character's world and saying goodbye to the Hex and saying goodbye to you and saying goodbye to, the crew, saying goodbye to that neighborhood. And all of that stuff. That's really so. When I saw that script and I saw that it was going out on Reverend Tim Tom, I was very touched by it. And that had anything to do with me. It had to do with what worked for the show. But just to be included in that way, it just felt really generous and felt really nice. And I felt like look of being of service, which is all we're doing anyway. You know, I learned that
Totally.
early on. I used to think it was about me until I realized it's not about me. It's about serving the project and serving the
Right.
thing. What could be better? And I kept the pants and the vest.
Oh, from the
Yeah.
from the final episode.
Yeah, they're white. Well, the pants are like white jeans, and I could never wear white jeans. I wear black. You know what I mean? I'm
Right,
like
yeah,
from New
yeah,
York
yeah.
City. I'm an old rocker, right? So I
Right.
wear, and then, but I like put these. You know, this happened with the wardrobe department all the time. How the hell do they see this stuff on the shelf or wherever magical place they go and go? That's going to look. And by the way, isn't it funny? So everybody had to be. I don't know what your wardrobe, like what you felt about it, how
Right.
it looked. But Reverend Tim Tom always looked really cool because he was the guy with the guitar. He was Woody Guthrie. You know what I mean? He was like
Of
on the road,
course.
right? And so, man, they saw how did they see this on the shelf and know this was like so cool.
Yeah.
Anyway, so they.
It's good,
they
and also too, it's also how you as the actor wear it, right? There's you don't want the clothes to wear you. You have to wear the clothes as well.
100%.
So like, you know, there's a simple. It's a simple, I don't know, button down shirt, but how you have it tucked and styled, and how it kind of lays on your body, and how you feel in
Yeah.
it, also aids to like how cool you look.
Yeah, and it's really fun, and when they're good. And have you ever done this as an actor? And to me, this is so fun. I mean, talk about all the high-minded stuff, preparation, and like, you know, whatever school of acting people come from, you know,
Right.
method or whatever it is. There's something about when you put the clothes on and you look at yourself in the mirror, depending on the role, you know, whatever it
Yeah.
is, and you go, like, sometimes I'm embarrassed. I don't even, like, 80% of the character can be all of a
Right.
sudden clang. You find the
Yeah.
center, the physical center. It's a magic thing, you know, that happens. It's really fun.
Yeah,
But
and there's
like,
but the one time because it's so true because I'm like that too, where like clothes help me feel like the character. I just did something on Dr. Odyssey, and they have on ABC, and they're dressed very rich. They wore linen. I had literal Prada shoes that helped me snap in. But I shot one of my favorite things I've ever done. But I had a moment where I was like, I don't really know how to like kind of lock in. I did a scene for a movie called Bros, which came out a couple years ago. But I was in a
yeah, you're great in that.
Oh, thank you. But it was a foursome scene, and all I was wearing was underwear, and so
Yeah.
I didn't really have anything
That
to
was
like.
so
'cause
fun. I
like
love that movie.
Wait, that's very sweet. But I
No,
didn't
go
know
ahead.
how to like kind of lock in. You feel like all I literally have to rest on are my comedy chops. Like you have nothing to hide.
There's
Literally nothing to hide behind.
That's
Yeah.
really funny. That's really funny. I guess that would be like I did a movie called The Bad Lieutenant where I played Jesus, and all I had on
Yes.
was a loincloth and like a kind of crown of thorns and a hole in my hands. You know, at least you know to be pious or something. But then I'm like standing there. Harvey Keitel is screaming at me. Where
Wait,
the
hold on.
fuck were you rat fuck? And I'm standing there in a church, dressed fully as Jesus, like I just like literally stepped out of the tomb or something.
Right.
And then the director, who I've worked with a million times, one of my closest friends, Abel Frog, goes, yeah, improvise some stuff. I'm like, what am I going to say? You know what I mean? What?
What do you improvise as
Hey.
Jesus?
Watch your language. What would Jesus, you know what I mean?
And I think you dropped the name Harvey Keitel. Do you mind picking that up really quickly?
Hold on.
Oh yeah, thanks. Okay, two more questions.
Can I say
Yeah.
Abel Frog? That counts.
There you go. That counts.
that one
Go
up,
ahead,
too.
pick that one up.
Yeah.
You got a girlfriend in season 5 that Sue resented. Do you remember the character's name? Played by Casey Wilson.
Yeah, Casey Wilson. She was amazing. She was
It also
Oh,
began with a T.
Reverend Tammy.
Yes, good.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah, that's right. She was so good. She was so funny.
She is
that was
so
a fun
funny.
episode.
I even just like she's always on my TV too. I just watched an episode of Georgie and Mandy's First Marriage on CBS, and she's funny on that too. She's funny in single cam, multicam. She's never not good.
Yeah, she's nice too. So she's one of those people that you don't, hold it against her that she's working like all the time.
All the time. Yeah.
You know, you go, "Brr."
Yeah. All right. Multiple choice, and I think you're going to get this one. In the season 3 Christmas episode, apparently you were in a lot of Christmas episodes. You play the guitar.
Jesus comes around.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Of course. In season 3 Christmas episode, you play the guitar while doing what classic winter activity? Decorating gingerbread houses, snowshoeing around the neighborhood, setting up the church nativity scene, or ice skating?
Ice skating.
Boom.
Okay.
Good.
Can I tell you about that?
Yeah, please.
I didn't really know how to ice skate. So
Really?
they sent me to ice skating school for a couple days, which is great. That's the other fun thing about being an actor. I don't know if you've ever had to like learn something. And
Go off and learn a trade and make it feel like you've done it forever.
Yeah, right. So, but I was like wobbly. And so I pre-recorded the song just in case. Because, usually we did them all live, but I pre-recorded. And then now we're on the day, bright and early. I forget who was directing. But they came over and said, "Hey, we'd like you to do this live." I'm like, "Do it live? I can't even skate."
Stand up straight,
right?
yeah.
And you also notice this guitar that I used. This was a guitar I used most of. That's why I just have it here. This is the guitar I use on most of the episodes of The Middle. And I've seen in some Guitar Geek, which I am a Guitar Geek, message boards, people talking about it because it's a 1943 Gibson, and the Banner era, it's called. This was made because the war was going on. This guitar was made entirely by women. It's called an LG2. But anyway, it's my value. You'll notice that I'm using a borrowed Gibson, a Gibson guitar in case I went down on the ice, right? But so I'm like going, oh no, what am I going to do? Something happens when they call action. And all of a sudden, I was skating and playing and singing, and and it was like, and if you look back, it's not like I'm skating like a great.
You're going about a mile an hour, yeah.
I'm not Wayne Gretzky, but I'm skating and playing, and then I say cut, and it would be, whoa, okay, here. Same thing happened in the episode. I had to ride a horse in one episode.
Oh, I remember that. Yeah.
Yeah, they sent me to horsey school, right? Which, by the way, I went to horsey school, and I rode on this horse, and I thought I did real good. And I was very proud of myself, and I thought I looked great on my mighty steed. And so I had them take a picture of me, and I posted this picture on social media. And the abuse the torrent of abuse I took from friends, because I had a helmet on, first of all, that got a lot of comments.
Of course.
And the fact that the horse kind of went like that in the middle, I didn't see any of that. But anyway, but they said action. And they were like, "Oh, can you pull the horse into this parking spot?" I'm like, "What?" They said, "Action!"
You did it.
Boom! Right
like
into
you've been doing
the
it for years.
Don't you get superpowers between action and cut?
Well, yeah, because you know that it's on, and if you mess up, then it costs money, and you got to redo it again, and so you might as well nail it. And a lot of times, it's easy to get that adrenaline that kind of locks you into place.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah,
it's the same thing when they're just kind of running lines and you're like, oh God, I keep messing up this one particular line. And then all of a sudden action hits and it comes out perfectly. That happens to me a lot.
On the day,
all of a sudden it snaps in.
Yeah, which is so great. And but it's also what makes it really kind of nerve wracking, but you learn to trust the process. That is trusting the process and trusting the instrument, because I've done a lot of theater. When you're doing a play and you're like, it's like getting there and I don't have this. I don't have it yet, and something happens. Yeah. So far,
that's why always those opening nights are some of the best performances ever. Cause you lock in and you have that energy and everything falls into place the way it should. And then the second performance is always just a little bit worse.
Sometimes it's a lot because the energy is so low. And by the way, everybody had such a good time at the party that went too late the night before because they were so excited about opening night. Oops. Yeah. All right. What's question number 5?
That was 5. That we did it. We're done. That was it.
Oh, awesome. Oh, that's great.
You nailed it all. Paul, I have to say, thank you so much for doing this. It's been a blast. 1, hear your stories. 2, see you. And we'll absolutely have to have you on again.
Yeah, anytime, because I really enjoyed this. And, you guys are so awesome. And you're such a nice part of my life.
That man, no one wears an unbuttoned Henley down to the nipple line like Paul Hipp. And that's the truth. That's the truth.
That is true. That is the truth. You just spoke truth to power. That man
my
is
God.
a hoot, and I love him so much.
It's so good to see him.
Yeah.
Okay, Eden, we have
Yes.
an email from a listener. Very sweet email, I should say. Growing up, The Middle was a show my whole family and I enjoyed together. I loved it. I would come home from school in hopes that either The Middle or Desperate Housewives was playing on ABC. Fast forward to today, my son, 10, walks by with his tablet and I hear Brick whisper. Immediately, we're all watching The Middle together as a family and loving it. Shortly after I discovered Eden on TikTok, and eventually that led to my new favorite podcast, Middling with Eden and Brock.
Oh my God.
That's so sweet. Thank you so much for this. You guys are a great listen to, and you guys are great to listen to and so much fun. Thank you for allowing me to hold on. I love this and savor my childhood memory as long as possible. I can't wait to subscribe to the Patreon and experience that with you guys as well. Thank you always. Keep it up, Kristen.
Oh my God, Kristen.
I do like these emails. We do get a handful of them that say, like, I watched it as a kid or growing up, and I really like revisiting it now. It almost feels kind of like how you and I are with this rewatch. But I don't know. I really enjoy that because it's a little bit of like, it brought them such joy in such formative years of their life as it did for us. And I like that they're still continuing to like rediscover it in new ways. With our podcast.
I found it when I was touring my show also, when I would meet people afterwards and they would be like 20 or something. And I'd be like, oh, you're a 20-year-old. Great. And then they'd say like, yeah, I like would watch this in elementary school. And I'd be like, oh my God. Oh, wow. Okay. That's right. But it always was so special. That's
It was
so special.
So sorry, Eden. Actually, I do need to ask you. This is genuine. Are you going to watch Traitors that comes out tomorrow?
Obviously, yes.
Okay, great.
What kind of question is that?
There was one other thing. Oh yeah, have you seen The Substance?
No, I have not. Can I handle it?
I don't know. Can you do that kind of thing? I didn't really think I could, but oh my God, it is crazy. Okay, those are my two things that I thought of today that I was like, I need to ask, one, is she going to watch Traitors? Or we're going to talk about that. And two, I just watched Substance and I need to see if you watched it.
Okay, wait, are you watching Traitors UK this season?
Is there a new one out?
Yeah, it's airing currently. I think there are
no.
like
Okay,
4
I
or
need to
5
start.
episodes, maybe.
Is UK, are they still doing normal everyday people?
Normal everyday people. It's such a contrast.
Okay, great. I'm also watching it's horrible and I hate it. It's called Mr. Beast on Amazon Prime and it's like real life Squid Games.
We won't watch it.
Terrible.
We watched the first 2 or 3 episodes and we were like, you know what? I think this guy's already nutso. I feel like he took the wrong message from the original Squid Game. The way he treats these people, the way he like dehumanizes, the way he like talks about them as just like objects instead
to the face,
it's so weird to me that we were like, in this day and age, like we can't handle this kind of energy right now.
I know, and he just screams at all of them and I hate it so much and I can't wait for tomorrow when a new episode drops. Okay, well, I'm going to go around to the other offices in the bungalow and I'm going to see what other Hollywood ideas are on the whiteboard. Maybe steal a couple. So I got to go do that. But I love this time with you, Eden.
I love you so much, Brock. And I'll see you next. We'll see everyone next week, but I'll see you next week.
For, oh my God, our final episode of the season. How crazy is that?
Oh my God,
That's
I can't
nutso.
believe it. I can't believe it.
Can't believe it. In the meantime, follow us, guys, on TikTok and Instagram. Would love that. Love to connect with you there. And also rate us. Rating us also just like really helps with the show in general. Like boosts our visibility, all those good things. So wherever you're listening to, if you think we're worthy of 5 stars, go ahead, click that 5 stars. If you think we're anything less than a 4, keep it to yourself.
Yeah,
you don't
no
need
one
that.
cares. No one
Just
really
listen.
cares. Yeah.
No, but in all seriousness, if you love the show, it would mean the world to us. We very much appreciate it.
Because we love you.
Okay, I love you, sweetie. I'll talk to you next week.
I love you so much, Brock.
Bye, sweetie.